Hi, I'm Ben Messenger for Waste Management World. We're in Rimini at the Ecomondo show. I'm with the new president of ISWA, David Newman. David, can you tell us about your vision for ISWA?
You know, I laid out in my speech in Florence some weeks ago what I thought our mission was. And our mission essentially is to bring recognition to the problem of a waste emergency around the world. Once we've brought recognition, to bring funding to resolve that problem, because developing countries need funding. And therefore our job over the next couple of years of my presidency is to work in all the international fora, all the international exchanges, to raise the awareness and to raise the funding, basically, so that we can resolve those problems in principally developing countries.
So in these tough economic times, how do you see funding being made available?
You know, we're in tough economic times in Europe, but we're not in tough economic times in the rest of the world, and people forget this. Overseas development aid has been growing steadily despite the economic crisis, and last year reached $164 billion. Now, less than $300 million of that went to waste projects. What we have to do is, within that big cake, to get a bigger and bigger piece for waste projects. Now, my ambition is, by the time I lead the presidency, for that figure to reach $1 billion.
Is there any particular areas you think need targeting particularly?
Well, there's particularly two instruments which we can use. And the first instrument is the climate change negotiations. Waste is recognized as a mitigation measure. A lot of money will be going into the climate change banking system, the Green Climate Fund. And so we hope to influence that so that climate change funding can go to waste management projects. I will be in Doha at the COP18 meeting in the end of November with a team from ISWA to lobby on this. The other is overseas development aid coming from developed countries to less developed countries. I will be in Finland next year. I will be with the foundations and the government in New York next year. I will be meeting with ministers from various countries over the next few months in Vienna. Here in Italy we have met, of course, to try to convince them to give an ever larger proportion of their overseas development aid to waste projects.
Well, David, it's been fascinating. Thanks a lot for your time.
Thank you.